How does that feel for you?
Oh, that felt really good, just to have the confidence to walk down and be without a stick.
And how long has it been since you've not had the stick?
I would say since about 7 months I've been actually confident enough to walk.
Is that the first time on television that you've actually walked without the stick?
Muscles are getting stronger every day.
Exactly, yeah. You get out what you put in. I've learned over the last 10, 12 years just to do, I've done Pilates, anything, yoga, anything just to get me standing up.
Do you do it all day, every week?
Yeah, because, I have to keep my muscles really strong because if I don't keep my muscles going, then they're not going to hold me up.
I mean, Lesley, over the years, obviously, we've read about the case, and what I've often wondered about would be the sheer anger, apart from the frustration and pain that you've had from MRSA, but to get that in hospital. I mean, what have you gone through in your mind in terms of anger and resentment and frustration?
At first, there's like a fear, just a fear. You want someone to come up to you and say, actually, this is what's going to happen. You're going to feel like this for a bit, and then you're going to stand up and you're going to walk, and everything's going to be fine. But that's not the case. Unfortunately, you have to learn how to walk again, and you lose all your muscle tone in 1 week. So therefore, you literally have to start all over again. But what I found more difficult was that for the pain relief, they gave me antidepressants, and that was to take the pain away. But in fact, what it was doing was just making me into a bit of a vegetable. I couldn't really finish a conversation. I couldn't think of what I wanted to do next. I had no ambition, nothing. So for 10 years, I sat on a sofa. Now I've come off of these antidepressants. I've got my spark back. I'm
and you're off the sofa.
And I'm
out there.
I'm off the sofa. But now what I want to do is I want to pick up where I left off. I want to work. Yeah. And so now that's the next.
But you're saying
thing
you're
on
finding
the list.
that difficult.
Yeah. How does that work?
Yeah. Well, I don't know whether it's because of my age, 56 now, or whether it's because I've got around my clothes as well. Or whether or not it's because I do walk with a limp. But,
I mean, it's hard enough as an actor, as we both know, to get work anyway. But do you think it's because they see that as a disability now, that they go, oh, well, I mean, is it as hard as that, do you think?
Do you know what? I'm not sure. I think if there was 2 people up for the one part and one was disabled and one wasn't, then they probably would go for the non-disabled person.
I think part of the trouble is, as well, that we all get defined by certain things, don't we? And because you've had so much publicity over the years, I think sometimes, those in power, say, for your job, you get defined by that, whether it's walking with a limp, as you say, or whether even it is the pouty lips, because that got so much publicity as well.
It all kind of happened at the same time for you. It was really unfortunate, wasn't it? And it kind of stuck a little bit.
Well, exactly, yeah. If it wasn't one thing, it was another. But also because everything is out there.
Yeah.
As we all know. And everyone, the way it's reported and stuff, it doesn't actually give you a chance to answer back to it. But,
well, because people have preconceived ideas about you, don't they? So they're not going to say, oh, well, Lesley Ash, oh, yes, we remember Lesley. They see you as now because it's all over the papers. So if people would see you for a job now, they'd see a very different Lesley Ash. And they will do.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
They will do, I'm sure.
Well, have you tried a lot?
But
have you,
you're a lovely actor.
It's part of me. I've been doing it since I was 15. I don't know what else to do. And I love it and I miss it, and it's horrible not being able to.
But Lesley, one thing you are working on and very passionately working on is this campaign you're doing, which is called Turn Your Nose Up. Yeah,
it's farms, not factories, and it is. I mean, you're going to see, well, you saw earlier on the pig, and that's Beanie. Beanie has a lovely life. She's really well looked after, but unfortunately, it's not the case in factory farming. Pigs are kept in very, very small pens. They can't even stand up, turn around. They're pumped full of antibiotics. And unfortunately, those antibiotics are now believed to be passed on to humans and have a detrimental effect on our own health, because we've got enough problems having antibiotics in our lives, and believe me, I know about that. And so you need to have your own immune system to break down. There is a film that you can go and see, Farms, Factories, and you can make up your own minds, because believe it or not, this meat is actually finding itself.
I actually watched
on
it
the shelves
and I was completely destroyed. I mean, I was horrified by what I saw.
When I saw the film, and they said they were going to film me watching the film. I said, well, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. But I defy anyone.
Yeah, I
not
did.
to
And the
cry.
thing is, you're not telling people to, become vegetarians, don't eat meat. You're asking them to search where they buy their meat from.
Yeah, it's just 2 minutes. When you go into a supermarket and you look at your pick-up pork and you look on the back, just look for a high animal welfare label, that's all.
Does organic mean anything?
Yeah, organic means that the pigs had a good... But it's the
It's
fact...
not more expensive, though, and that's why...
Oh, yeah.
I tell you the difference, OK? It's 2 factory farm sausages are the equivalent of 1.5 organic sausages. So you make your own mind up. I know what I've chosen to do. I don't want antibiotics in my body unless, I've got something seriously wrong with me. Otherwise, your immune system is going to be shut down.
Well, the thing is, we have actually got someone here who wants to get this point across, and I think he will do a better job than any of us. So very quietly, please welcome Beanie the pig. Look at that.
Beanie.
It's my fourth husband.
It's a she. It's a she.
Oh, she.
Beanie is a she. Oh.
Rather large.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, Leslie, all of the details of your campaign for anyone out there are on our website, and I hope that's the pig making that noise, not you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
Leslie.
having me.
Well done.
Some pretty fabulous guests here on Loose Women. There's plenty more where that came from. Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces. And click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.
I met him in Los Angeles at a farmer's market where they were showing dogs for adoption and fostering. And he was about 4 months at the time, didn't have any teeth, and he was really insecure.
No teeth?
No teeth.
So do you think you'd have got him at the time if he had teeth and you knew what they were going to be like?
Probably. Yes. Yeah.